All right, let's talk about the impeachment of Trump. Um, I really want to talk about the impeachment of Trump with somebody. I'm sure you want to hear my opinion. Uh, in my opinion, in my opinion, uh, in my opinion, Nancy Pelosi probably writes her own prescriptions, um, and nobody cares. And nobody cares. If she did, she would get away with it, and nobody would care. I guarantee you, nobody would care. It's pretty obvious. Um, Whatever they're doing up there is a total sham. This whole entire hoax was. It all started out with the Democratic National Convention being rigged for Hillary against Bernie. I was just reading a little bit ago, about the murder of the rich kid. Remember the rich kid, the DNC staffer who worked with all the data that was all leaked? He was killed, guess when? In July of 2016. And guess when Operation Crossfire Hurricane started? A couple weeks later. You know, uh, the, the Democrats. There's no doubt in my mind they're up to their eyeballs in corruption in the Ukraine. There's a lot of stuff going on there. They desperately don't want any of that stuff coming out. Uh, they, how they're getting away with it is the mystery. How they're getting away with it at the national level, they get away with anything. And apparently, like the Clintons, they know they're going to get away with it. Who's protecting them and how they're being protected, I have no idea. But when it comes to the Clintons, when they came to town, when they came to Washington, that was when I was, back in my younger days, that was when I first became interested in politics. And that's when during the Clinton impeachment, is when I was kind of red-pilled to politics. I started to realize what was happening. I watched the media and how they behaved and regarding Clinton and all his behavior, and I began to realize that this is a sham. Okay. During the Clinton impeachments, when Clinton was having trouble, he had multiple women who were accusing him of all kinds of, nefarious behaviors, including up to rape, and these women were credible. They were recent and credible, okay? But the media took a completely different approach. They attacked them. The comedians came on TV every night and attacked them. They defended the Clintons until the point where, Bill Clinton had to go to court, and he went right in there and he raised his right hand and said, "I swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth," and then he lied. Like you can expect he would, it's Bill Clinton. What would you expect? In fact, he went on television and he lied to the whole country and said, "I did not have sex with that woman." And he did. He did have sex. We had to have a big discussion about whether oral sex was sex or not. This was prior to the Me Too movement. That back then oral sex was not sex. So that's when I realized these people are just, the Clintons are criminals. They've just been criminals forever. Bill Clinton, he came to town with the Chinese. He had all the Chinese, all these people, Charlie Trade, a whole bunch of people that were funding him. And the way the Clintons have always operated, they put people in positions of power around them to protect them. That's how the whole thing works. That's really basically how the frats and the secret societies work, I think. There's an occult element to it, but a big occult element. But at the end of the day, it's a good old boys network, and they're protecting each other, I think. Otherwise, I don't know how they're doing it. How in the world does Hillary Clinton get away with having her own server outside the U.S. government? She's moving all this classified information out. No other spy in U.S. history ever got away with all that much. Not even close. So, how they're getting away with it? They're too big to jail. Too big to jail. the public is completely divided on all of that, you know. But there are a few issues that the public agrees on. You can't find too many issues that the public is in agreement on. But one of them is Epstein. You know, the fact that Epstein didn't kill himself, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows. You know, 99% I think of the public agrees that we were hoodwinked. We had the wool pulled over our eyes. I mean, just because they show you a picture of, you know, some person on a gurney, that is television, you know. For me, there's no way. I learned a long time ago, I don't trust the media. I don't believe anything they say. You know, they've been lying for a long time about a lot of stuff. You know, to go back to the Clinton impeachments, believe me, when it was Clinton being impeached, they were on TV every night calling Linda Tripp fat. Linda Tripp, you know, she just recorded Monica Lewinsky's conversations, and Monica Lewinsky was confessing all the affair in the Oval Office with Clinton, and she was the subordinate, you know, Clinton's subordinate. And that's no way anybody's getting away with that nowadays. It's Me Too, you know. It's Me Too movement. Everything's changed. It's complete the hypocrisy, you know. And that's the thing that gets me about the left. The thing that irritates me the most is the blatant hypocrisy. They see the world only to benefit themselves. Everything is to benefit them. Nothing could possibly could be looked at that in a harmful light to them. They won't allow it. For example, when somebody dies, whenever somebody dies, the media and the left, the way they look at death, is completely different. It depends on whether it benefits them or not. If it benefits them, they will highlight that death and they will put it up, you know, in the media. They put it in the headlines. And they'll moan about it. Oh, Khashoggi, poor Khashoggi, poor old Muslim Brotherhood loving Khashoggi, you know, and they're all broken up about it. But if it's a death about that, you know, somebody that's maybe inconvenient for their point of view or something, makes them look bad. They don't want you to talk. They literally cover it up. You know, there was a lady out in California. I forget her name. She was just one of many ladies who was murdered by an illegal immigrant. You know, so her family went out in San Francisco and they put up a little memorial for her, some candles and all that, like they would for anybody. But the city come and took it down, and said it was racist. You know, because the media was looking at. Oh no, they don't want to highlight that particular. You know. And that's how they look at everything. That's how they look at absolutely everything in some sort of a completely biased and completely hypocritical way. They have no ability to even see their bias. For example, you know, Obama sending pallets full of cash to Iran, an open mic with Russia, you know, after the election, I'll be more flexible, all this stuff. That's not, they never suspicious to them, you know. They don't care. In fact, there's no Democrat who cares. They don't care when the Democrats do anything like that. But when Trump makes a phone call, oh, he needs to be investigated. He needs to be investigated. He's done this, he's done that, he needs to be investigated. He spilled milk in the kitchen. You need to investigate Trump. You know, and they're serious about it. They're real. They get angry. And, you know, you've probably run into people. I've told the story. I had a friend who passed away. You know, a good friend of mine for, you know, my whole life. I went to school with the guy. But he blocked me on Facebook because of his political opinions, you know, and they just use politics to divide people. Huh?